What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles, DC Comics Supervillains, Crime Syndicate Ultraman figure. Yeah, this is the final figure that I'm reviewing in this series for the Crime Syndicate action figures. This is the final figure that I needed, and yeah, picked this guy up at monktime.com for $21, so there you go. Here is his packaging. Comes in a nice blue, kind of like a royal blue packaging. It gets a little bit darker up here where it says Supervillains, or, you know, you get the picture though. Comes in the nice pulled back letter DC Comics logo, if you want to go there. A nice window display here. I really like this packaging a lot. Plus, if you ever want to resell your figures, and you want to sell them properly, you can always repackage them in this nice packaging, as long as you take care of it. On the side here, you have a nice picture of Ultraman. I might slip up during this review and call him Superman, because, I mean, come on. Sorry. He was sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. All of these figures were sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. I should get that out of the way. He measures approximately 6.75 inches tall, just so you know. Here are the rest of the figures in the wave. You should probably pick up the set. It's a good set, I'm going to be honest with you. But I'll get to the overview when we get to it. On the back, on the back, I'm already on the back. On the side, stupid, you have a nice silhouette of Ultraman. So let's get Ultraman out of the packaging, take a close look at Ultraman. Okay, and we're back with Ultraman out of packaging, and yeah, I mean, getting mixed signals with this guy. The belt's bothering me, because the belt's, first of all, off center, and it's way off center. It's like over to his right too much, and then it's like up. And it's like crooked. That was like the first thing I saw, even in packaging. I was like, oh, this is a little muffed. And then right here, as you can see on his thigh, there's a little bit of like a default or defect. Default. Shut up, stupid. You stupid. Anyway, there's a defect right there, as you can see, and yeah, so. But on the back of the cape looks pretty good. Looks like he's been through a battle. He's kind of got the damaged cape. It's supposed to be like this, folks, so just so you know. He's also got some paint detail going across the back of the cape here to make it look like it's a little bit worn and beat up. It's also frayed a little bit at the bottom and torn a little bit as well. Same thing on the inside too. They even took the time, thank God, to at least give us some sort of speckle paint detail, kind of really making it look like it was either burnt or just torn up through battle. So I like that touch. Good job on that. Like that. I've noticed that with some of these figures, the paint's either really good or a little bit sloppy. Which is unfortunate, because usually DC Collectibles is pretty good with their paint and their sculpts. Maybe because they're getting into more articulation, there's a little bit more QC problems, but, you know, I mean, I'm not saying he's a disaster. What I'm saying is he's just got a couple flaws, that's all. He's also got a QC issue with his shoulder here. It's way off-centered. As you can see, it's nice and flush right here on this side, as I try to fix my freaking lighting here. As you can see, no, shadow, stupid, put the light down. As you can see right there, it's nice and flush. On this side, it's got a big gaping hole, kind of. Not a big fan of that, but the arm and shoulder still work. Oh boy, that makes me nervous. I don't even want to mess with that. So be forewarned. Be careful with the look for your shoulders and make sure they're flush. But that's really the only issues I have with him. Maybe the chest symbol could have been a little bit better painted. with the yellow. The yellow's kind of bleeding through onto the red here. As you can see, it looks like it's a little bit sloppy right there. I don't know. These are the things that just bother me. Maybe they don't bother everybody, but they bother me. As far as his articulation goes, his head does move side to side. And it does look up halfway decent. So you can probably get him into those flying poses and use the ab crunch to really try to get him into a nice flying pose, which I'll get to in a second. But it does look down nicely. Can do a full 360. I'm going to use this shoulder instead of that shoulder, just so the shoulder doesn't fall off. Just in case it falls off, but I don't want it to. His arms move up by that far, and they move down. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a single bend at the elbow. He does have a wrist rotation and a wrist hinge. It is there. It's kind of hindered a little bit, but still works nicely. A little bit hindered. Yeah, maybe you just gotta mess with it a little bit. That's all. But his ab crunch is a little stiff, but it does work nicely, so you can get him into those flying poses. Obviously, you're not going to use it that much, but maybe there you go. But it does move back a lot and forward nicely. And he does have a waist swivel, T-joint hips, which go out, forward, and back. Nice range of motion there. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and he's got the ankle hinge that go forward and back, and he's got that beautiful ankle pivot that we all have grown to love. So there you go. You can definitely get Ultraman into some nice flying poses. So if you have a few extra flying stands around, I think you know, Power Ring and Superwoman will look great, you know, flying next to each other on some flight stands. So there you go. I mean, not really much else to say about this guy. I'll give you a quick close-up of his face here. He does have the red eyes. I think it looks pretty cool. The face, I don't know. Something's a little off with this face. I don't know quite what it is. Maybe it's his jawline is too strong. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the cheekbones. I don't know. Something's a little off. He kind of looks like, I don't know, like a Sylvester Stallone with a lot of plastic surgery. I don't know. It's just me. But as far as what's sculpted and what's not, obviously his cape is sculpted. Definitely kudos on the cape. Cape looks very nice. Don't have any syndrome with the cape not lining up properly. It isn't lined up nice, so definitely a thumbs up there. His symbol crest on his chest is raised and sculpted. Paint could be better, so still a nice thumbs up with the raised logo. His belt is sculpted. Everything else is pretty much painted on him. His extended cuffs here, I guess you want to call those extended cuffs, those are sculpted onto his hand. His boots are sculpted into the logo or shape of his boot. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I think Ultraman's pretty decent pickup. So yeah, definitely a thumbs up here. I'd say a thumb and a half maybe if you want to rate it some way. I've kind of been staying away from rating figures just because everybody's pretty much got their own personal preference. If they see a figure and they like it, and you know, that's why I kind of stopped doing the number rating system, just because it was kind of getting like, oh, if I like this figure, I might rate it between an 8 or a 10. It was kind of getting pointless, I don't know, for me. So I just either give a thumbs up or I give a thumbs down, or 2 thumbs down. There we go. So I would still recommend this figure. I think he's a pretty solid figure overall. And like I said, if you want to finish the set, you got to get this guy. He's a big major player, especially if you've been reading Forever Evil. So, and you probably should. So get on that. Do yourself a favor. Read that book. It's good. And so yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's all I pretty much have to say about this figure. So yeah, I am recommending this figure. And that's all I have to say about the DC Collectibles Crime Syndicate, New 52 Crime Syndicate, I should say, Ultraman figure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the flip side.